My dear fellow listeners and viewers, in this video, I would like to share with you some tips to live a happier life. That's right. We live in a very stressful world, right? We live in a different kind of world. We live in a fast-paced world where stress is very common, right? Whether or not if we want to accept it. So here's your chance to kind of put some pieces in place, right? To live a much happier life. Number one recommendation for you is to make sure that your companies are good ones, meaning that you are surrounding yourself with good people, meaning that you want to make sure that you're hanging out with people who can pull you up when you are falling. You want to make sure that you're hanging out with people who can compliment you when you're doing good stuff. You want to make sure that you have people who can guide you when you're not doing so well. You want to make sure that people are not judging you. You want to make sure that you can be yourself, right? All of these kinds of things. And that can only happen when you are surrounded by good people. Surrounded, when you're surrounded by positive people, people who can look at the glass and say, you know what, the glass is half full, rather than saying to you that the glass is half empty, right? Think about it. On the other hand, if you were to surround yourself with negative people, those people will find a way to be bitchy. They will find a way to complain. They will find a way to see, the glass to be half empty, right? And life will be so miserable for you. So if you are in a situation of such, try to make some switch, right? Don't wish anybody bad, but you want to, if you can turn them around to kind of make them a positive type of thinker, well, that's great. But good luck with that. But what you want to do, you want to make sure that you are surrounding yourself with positive people, and that in itself will make life so much easy for you, right? Life will have more meaning, and you should have some friends and that you're hanging out with. By the way, you don't have to have lots of friends, but you should have a few friends who you can rely on. You're not putting your burden on them, but you want to make sure that when you're with them, you're excited, you're happy, all of that. So that's my number one recommendation if you want your life to be a little happier. The next thing is you want to make sure that you're doing something meaningful every day in your life. Think of the things that matters to you. Think of the things that are important to you and do it every single day. It could be absolutely anything, right? So the things that are important to me wouldn't be the same for you, right? If you love to write, right, and it brings joy to you, then do it. If you love to plant, plants and flower plants and gardens and so on, and if it makes you happy, do it. If you love to sing, right, do it. If you love music, do it. If you love to play an instrument, do it. If you like to have, personal one-on-one chit chat with somebody where you're checking in, with somebody just to have a conversation, if that's what makes you happy, do it. But you have to do it with good people, by the way. So anything that makes you feel happy, do it, right? Anything that's meaningful, you want to make sure that you are actually taking the time to do. Another thing, you want to make sure that you are avoiding watching news that will give you a headache, right? You do not want to watch news that share the same story over and over and over again. For example, with this whole pandemic situation, you want to make sure that you're not watching all the details of, with this coronavirus from morning to tonight, from one challenge to the next, right? So you want to make sure that you are informed, of course, but you do not want to worry about the number of people that are losing their lives. As long as you know what to do to stay safe and to keep the people that are safe around you, that's all that matters. You do not have to worry about all the lives that are being lost, and just stress out yourself, because the same thing will be, hammering in your head all the time. So try to avoid overdosing yourself with all of this news story here. Those things will definitely allow you to live a much happier life. And apart from all of this, you want to make sure you're eating healthy. You want to make sure that you're exercising, right, daily, all of these kinds of things. And last but not least, you want to make sure that you're having what 7 to 8 hours of sleep if you can. I hope that you find this video fruitful, but do know that we live in a different kind of world. We live in a fast-paced world. We live in a world where we are competing among each other. We live in a world where we want to be better than the other person. And all of these things can drive people nuts, and so on. And so in order for you to be happy, do what's Do the things that I suggested, right? Do meaningful things in your life, hang out with good people, sleep well, eat well, exercise. What else? What else can you ask for when you do all of this? Life will be so much more joyful. So thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. My name is Narayan Datsukram. Wishing you a great today and even a better tomorrow. I'll talk to you soon.